Welcome to the series where we introduce you to the IB, brought to you by Tigis and IB, students of ISU. Here I will leave you to get introduced by
In these different sets of videos, we will explain to you different nooks and crannies. And next we have applications and analysis. The difference between the course is that applications and interpretation is more so on the calculator and you're interpreting different questions, whereas the AA includes applications and analysis, which is based on more formulas and written work.
Quick tip, if you do pick AA, according to our college counselor, if you are going to take a STEM major or go into engineering, AA and physical or AA is recommended. If not, she does not really recommend it, and it would be better to take the SLB.
Next we have languages. There's a lot of different levels of languages. So the first one is ab initio, where you basically start from zero. The second one is, and our school offers Spanish and French. We can have Pomoja classes, which are online classes and with an online teacher. All the assessments are graded externally by another teacher, but so far the teachers provide Spanish ab initio. Next we have B languages. There's Chinese and French B. These are SL and HL, although they are not the highest level of languages, meaning that you cannot get the bilingual diploma if you take a B language. Next we have the A languages, which are the highest level language you can take, again SL and HL, and if you do complete both of these, if you do complete this class without a fail, you get a bilingual diploma. Next, these classes include Mongolian, French, Chinese, and Spanish.
In overall terms of explaining the bilingual diploma, it's basically a diploma where the IB basically tells people that you are fluent in two different languages. For example, for me, I'm taking Mongolian SL and I'm very fluent in it, so I'll be taking that diploma. In terms of probably getting into college, it shows diversity and whatnot, so I like it.
According to the official site of the IB strives to develop inquiry, knowledge, and confidence and in caring young people. Next, we have the hours of study and the workload. So for the hours of study, it's 180 hours for SL classes. 150 hours for SL and 240 for HL teaching hours. So next we'll be going into the workload. So this really depends per class. For example, per English, you won't have that much studying to do for big exams because you're given a text. You're given a text that isn't pre-seen, so there isn't much preparation you can do other than just practice. But for example, classes like biology or mathematics, you really need to study beforehand in order to have the appropriate knowledge to succeed in the tests. Then next we have IAs, which are externally moderated, and they count to usually per class the 20% of our overall IB grade. And these are for every single class we have different IAs. Every class has a number of IAs, usually between 1 to 3. Then we have summatives and formatives. So formatives are just preliminary, and they tell the teacher where you are, and also so you have an idea of where you are, what you need to study. And summatives are sort of like final tests, which do count towards your predicted grade, but have no effect on your final grade, as those are for the exams. The IB depends on how the IB goes for you, depends on how you manage it. If you have bad time management skills and you're about to go into IB, I think that it's important to sort of get that in check, because you need a lot of time management skills and being able to manage your time well. Even if you don't have work, to be able to do work is important, because later on when you're gonna have a lot of work, it's going to be difficult to manage your time. Right? And personally, we go to ISU, which has a student body of around 360 to 400. So we are able to very easily speak with the teachers. It is a very healthy group of people, and getting help from teachers and feedback is very, very important because they are also helping you achieve this big obstacle, which is called the IB diploma, and use them to your advantage, because they've taught many years the IB, and so they know everything about it. So it is very important to ask them questions and feedback. So now we will discuss the grade boundaries and grades, and what's passing, what's failing, what's good.
In terms of the predicted grade that he just talked about, for each class you have a maximum amount of 7 points. For HL classes, a passing is at a 4, and for SL, a passing is at 3. And then in total, we have 45 points, including EE and QK. According to Ivy League schools, if you get a 38 and above, you'll be eligible to apply for the IB curriculum.
It is important to note that if you do not pass CAS, you will not pass the diploma. If you do not pass EE, extended essay, you will not pass the diploma, and so forth for every single class. And we will also be showing you guys a gradient or matrix to show how many points you can collect with both the extended essay and TOK. There's a maximum of 3 extra points you can get on the diploma, and if you're in a failing condition, you fail the IB. Thank you very much for listening to the video. We will see you in later videos where we will go more in depth on every single subject and topic that we discussed in this video. Have a great day. See you next week.